Hi and welcome back to AFTV. You've joined us for the preview of the Arsenal vs Karat game in the Champions League, 8 PM kickoff, Wednesday night, the last game of this phase of our Champions League games. You can see the energy is dejected. We're coming off the back of a defeat to Man United, which we're going to have to touch on, of course. Before we do that, my intro. There's a Karat in the kitchen, what am I gonna do? There's a Karat in the kitchen, what am I gonna do? There's a Karat in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna fix that rat. That's what I'm gonna do. You like that one, didn't it? UB40 classic. Put a smile on your face, yeah? Classic.
You know what? You're
Brother.
for even trying that, you deserve credit.
Thank you. Listen, I'm trying to find some light in the dark place right now, but
we need that right now.
We do. And let's we'll keep it brief because obviously people are going to be here to, well, they might not be here to even hear about Karat, but I'll give the information of what we're...
Is it Karat or Kairat?
Karat.
We saw some of their fans on the way down here.
We did, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah,
down
we did,
here early,
yeah.
mate. They're ready.
They're here, man.
To be fair, this is a
Coming to
huge
London
game for them.
from Kazakhstan. Is Kazakhstan right?
Yeah, Kazakhstan, they're top
Yeah.
of the Kazakhstan league, correct? Yep.
They are, yeah. 2 points clear on 59 points. I've done
Hey,
my
go
research.
on! I like that people come
Listen,
prepared.
if they saw the game yesterday, they might be fancying
No,
it.
stop that. I watched some performances, little investigation, of course, because I watched the Kazakhstan league, but I've obviously done a little bit of research. Whatever they bring, we should be able to deal with. Let's start there. But off the back, do you know what? Let's go. Firstly, how are you both feeling ahead of this game, but also after the hangover from yesterday night? Or yesterday
I'm still
daytime,
trying to process it. So
Yeah.
I was chatting to Dan on the way down here, and you know what I mean. We were both like lamenting what's been a pretty awful Premier League form in the last 2 or 3 games. But I'll tell you what was so disappointing for me is that yesterday we actually made a really good start. Like the first 20 25 minutes, I was like, wow. They looked on it, they looked aggressive, they were winning balls, they were winning second balls, we had a lot of possession.
You've seen that before though from Arsenal though. Start a game fast at the Emirates and yeah, fair, is that fair to say?
And when we got the goal, even though it was, let's be honest, slightly fortuitous, the own goal and that, we
made that.
Good football.
We made that goal.
So I'm thinking, I even said we was at the Hippodrome for AFTV, I said to a couple of the guys that was next to me, I said, you know what, this could be a 3-0 game. And Andrew said to me, Laurie, don't talk too soon. I thought, yeah, you know what? But then as soon as United scored, the energy just drained out the team. And I can't understand it.
Yeah, and keep it for me, sorry, for you, Dan, keep it a bit short because I know there'll be fan cams on the channel already, but just the feeling of this morning. Obviously last night, the emotions are high. The phones are blowing up.
Tell me about it.
Everyone's trying to find an Arsenal fan, but this morning, any clarity or still angry, because I still feel annoyed.
Listen, I'm still fuming, of course I am. It's that sinking feeling, it's that feeling, is this happening again?
Mm-hmm.
Have I got my hopes up again? Have I been fooled by these players, by this manager? I hope not. I still believe that we will go on to win the Premier League. I just don't think it's going to be as straightforward as perhaps we may have thought.
Yep.
I said it yesterday in my fan cam. I think because we haven't won the Premier League in so long, you kind of forget the trials and tribulations of winning the league title. Now listen, sometimes the team goes and blitzes it. It happens, but very rarely. So there's going to be setbacks, and it's all about how we react now for me.
Yeah.
It's all about how we react. We've had a few setbacks before in the season, and I think when we lost to Villa, when we drew with Chelsea, who was the other game we dropped points in? There was another game.
Forest, we drew
before that, I mean, when we had our little blip, it was Sunderland.
It
was Sunderland, Villa, and Chelsea.
Yep.
We only got 2 points out of them games, and then after that we went on a run and won 4 or 5 games. So that's what we have to do now. Touching on the game quickly yesterday, looking back on it, they had 3 shots United and scored with all 3 of them.
Oh, I didn't know.
But then we only had 4
including
shots.
2 worldies.
Two absolute worldies, and sometimes sometimes the momentum's going your way. United, they're in a good place after their previous win. They've got the new manager Bance. And look, these things happen. It's all about that Leeds game now. I know we're going to touch on Karat, which I think could actually be an important game for us. Not in the context, there's nothing riding on the game, but for some of these players to get confidence. And after you lose a game, you want to play a game quickly. So we're here in front of our home fans. Let's go out there and get some goals. And I was saying it to Laurie on the way here. I would actually like Saka to start that game. Because I think we need Saka. We need him to come and be our saviour now, because in previous seasons he's been great up until now, and he sort of fades out towards the end. Let's hope it's the other way round and Saka's saving his best towards the end of the season, because he's getting a lot of stick, but if there's ever a game for him to go and score a few goals, or maybe get an assist, or just have a really good performance, it could be against Kairat.
Oh, I've got so many questions. Let's start with. I've got so many. Do the players owe us then this Wednesday? Is it something you're saying, boys? I need you to. Was it so bad that you go on Wednesday and say you better show us something?
They owe themselves. Mm-hmm. It's not, forget about us for a minute.
Yeah.
That
The
was
fans,
just not
that is,
good
not
enough.
us,
And listen, I've had time to rationalise things a bit more.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the immediate aftermath of the game, we were so disappointed, including me, and I'm normally quite positive. But what I would say is this, right? I've had a little time to think about it. We shouldn't get too down. At the end of the day, the stats tell you that we are top of the league by 4 points, top in the Champions League. You don't get there by not being a very good team. We are that.
Stats show you one thing, but history of what Arsenal have done previous seasons shows you another thing. That's why I think fans are kind of stuck in this middle ground of, are we going to be this Arsenal of old, or the stats are showing, okay, we've still got a gap and we're still doing well in other competitions, so just keep believing. So, do you know what I mean? There's stats and then there's like PTSD.
Yeah, I hear that. Listen,
So it's a tough
I know
one.
exactly why. Myself and Dan were talking about this on the way down.
Go on.
If you have a situation with a team like Arsenal where we've finished runners-up the last 3 years,
Yeah.
2 out of those 3 years we should really have gone on to win and we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite natural that when you have performances like we did against United, all the old demons are going to come out. Oh, they bottle it again, look, here we go again. But I guess as fans, we have to trust and believe and stay behind the team. That's how I'm looking at it.
Does the team have... They don't have the experience to go on and win titles, because there's not many in the team that have done that, but is that a really big factor? Is that something that is showing, or does it not matter? Because there was a massive conversation on Sky last night about it. Obviously, other broadcasters are available, but they were saying like that winning mentality, and I've never really bought into all this mental stuff, because I was feeling like you've come second 3 times in a row. So surely in your head now you're like, I've experienced this so much. The next thing is to win it, but or is it no? It's the other way. We haven't won it, so you haven't got that experience.
So every team at some point hasn't won anything.
Yeah, true.
And then they win something, you know. And you look at Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
It was the year when Aguero, 2012, I think. The year he scored that, they were, I think, 8 points clear with 6 games to go, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Wayne Rooney, they had Brian Giggs, they had serial winners,
fair.
and they still bottled it, or whatever you want to call it.
Fair.
So I mean, look, this team has had experience now of being in title races.
Yeah.
There's no excuse now. They've been there. They've felt the pain. They know what it's like. They've felt the pain. So it's on them players to stand up now, be counted, dust themselves down. Like Laurie said, there's no reason to get too down. Arteta now and the coaching staff, their job is now, listen, calm guys. We go to Leeds.
Do you
we get 3
understand
points.
though? Do you understand
Of course
that
I
some
understand.
fans are, because you can, because
Listen,
even me,
I'm scared now. Of course, like, I'm scared. You know,
it's a madness.
We're all feeling scared. Of course we are. However, if we go and beat Leeds, I think Man City play on the Sunday. They got Liverpool, Spurs.
They got Spurs, I think, first. Then they got Liverpool.
So they play Spurs on Super Sunday away, where they don't tend to do well.
True.
As shocking as Spurs have been this season, they don't tend to do well there. And listen, United have just done them a favour. Spurs might do us a favour. But you know what I want to touch on? Aston Villa, right? Aston Villa, that's a big win, you know, going up to St James's Park. That is a monumental win, especially after losing to Everton. But what it is in this title race, right? When I look over my shoulder now, I don't see Kevin De Bruyne. You know, I'd prime De Bruyne, David Silva. I don't see that Man City that win 10, 11 games on a trot. I don't think it's going to be that sort of season. And you look at Villa, no disrespect, but I'm not looking at a team that's, you know, won trophies, won league titles. So I think if we can keep up how we've been so far this season, I think we will just about get over
it's the other teams around us that kind of give.
It's still in our own hands.
It is.
4 points is still, you know, it's still a decent gap.
No, it is. It just should be more, which is why fans are frustrated. But you're right. It's still nothing to completely lose your rag over. Now we will touch on the game that's coming up, of course. But I need to ask you both: what do you do if you're the manager today with the team? So if you're Mikel Arteta, because back in the day, I asked this question because I think they kind of half discussed it on the broadcast last night. Is back in the day, you'd come in, you'd do revision on what you just played, and you'd probably get shouted at a lot. You'd probably do runs, fitness, because you're getting punished for that performance. That's what happened back in the day. Nowadays, it's not like that. Nowadays, it's very mollycoddle. It's very like, Oh, because they were saying maybe the pressure's too much. They're going to be on social media, so they have to protect their mental health. Like all the, which is a bit mad. So they and one of them said give them the day off today. What do you do if you're the coach today? What happens?
You know, if I was the coach, right, what I would do, I'd be bringing them in today, right, and I wouldn't be putting them through physical exertions.
Okay.
Maybe some light stretching and some stuff, and then what I would do is
would you be looking at Karat video? Would you be preparing for them, or not?
No, I would be having a debrief from yesterday. Okay. So what I would do, we do like your stretching and stuff like that. Then I'd be saying, right, we go back, and then we look at the game yesterday and we break down where we went wrong. And you might want to, if not throw some teacups around, like express some home truths to one or two players and say, listen, man, you're better than that. This is not good enough. You know what I mean? You lot are good players, but why is it that you are? Why did Zubimendi do that yesterday, right? Why did you let Dorgu appear like he's primetime Ronaldinho running through free man?
That's true.
Flicking it about and then popping it in the top corner. Why are you letting Cunha, who's a man who's got a reputation for scoring worldies, giving him so much room? You know what I mean? Things like that. So
some home truths.
Yeah, some home truths, but I wouldn't, you know.
You're not going to send them to run the field?
No, I'm not going to have them running up down Hampstead Heath. No, I'm not doing that.
I actually agree with whoever said that. I think a reset, a day off might...
A day off,
I know, listen, you meant to earn that, but I think it might do them good. A reset, just try and get over it, or maybe do some team bonding thing, something like that.
Fair.
Maybe something like that, as opposed to, making them run and
you mentioned earlier off camera about like the Dubai trip, like that. When we come back from that,
exactly.
That was a team bonding session, really in good weather, and you saw how much benefit. I know we didn't win the league that season, but it definitely benefited the team.
I do hear that, but I do think they do need to.
No, it's a good point. It's a good question because I don't know which way. What you do?
You know, like what we're doing now is therapeutic, isn't it?
Yeah, to talk
you
it
get
out.
them in the next day and you say, look, what happened?
I think that would have happened straight after the game, though. I think they'll all be fuming, and I think Arteta would have definitely got into them after the game. I think now they need to put it behind them. We've got a game in a couple of days here at the Emirates, and I just think that this game, I know like it's basically a dead rubber, but there is a chance now. Kai Havertz, I'm not sure what's going on with him. Right. He's been on the bench, then he's not been on the bench, and people have been laughing and calling me deluded down and all sorts for saying that I think Kai Havertz will take us to another level. I really do, because if you go back to the 23-24 season, after that Dubai break, he went up top, and I remember beating West Ham 6-0, Sheffield 7, correct. Chelsea 5-0. We were scoring goals, and I feel like Kai Havertz, he brings other players into play. I feel like Saka is at his best when he's playing with Kai Havertz. He's a better header of the ball than, I'd say, Gyökeres. I just think he makes us a better football team. He's intelligent. He gives us a different option. And I do think that once if he's gonna become fit, if he's gonna come on 20 minutes here and there, and this is why this game against Karat, if he is available, it would be good to see him come on and maybe get half an hour and perhaps get a goal and be on the bench, and who knows, against Leeds.
Well, that's the next question to you, Laurie, then. Obviously, we won't be doing Predicted 11. There'll be a video, obviously, on AFTV, so make sure you check that out. But for you, then, what players should be... Give me one or two that should be playing that either need confidence or look at it the other way, which I'm kind of sitting here saying, whatever they do on Wednesday, I don't think it grants them a guaranteed start come the weekend. As much as you're saying Kai Havertz can come in and be wondrous, I still think the way Arteta is, he's not going to say, oh, you've done that, you're going to be starting this weekend. So what is it? Do you think there's a player that can happen for? Is there players that you need to see play because of what you saw against Man United?
It's one of those. It's an interesting one because say we would have won the game yesterday, I would have been all for like wholesale rotation. Yeah. But Dan makes a very good point. There are players within the team, and Saka is one of them. Gyökeres is one of them. There's a few. In fact, the whole front line.
All of our attackers.
Yeah, Odegaard. What about Odegaard? A lot of people are questioning our captain. He's playing attacking midfield. But
no, I'd like to see Eze start on Wednesday.
Oh, 100%. That's a great point. Eze. If Eze could come and score a goal, have a good performance against. I know it's against Karat. Still, it's confidence.
That's what I'm saying. It's against Karat. Does that mean it? I think Arteta will be thinking, Martin Odegaard's my child. That's my captain.
Yeah, is Arteta losing patience with him?
I hope so.
Because he's bringing him off 55 minutes.
That is damning.
This is your captain, and you're hooking him, saying, you know what? I think Arteta's just saying to himself, you know what? He's going to come good today. He's going to come good because he knows. We all know why Odegaard frustrates all fans. us Arsenal fans, it's because we know how good he is. Right. On his day, but they're very few and far between now.
Fair.
It's not good enough from Odegaard, and I know Eze had a little bit of a run and he didn't do much, but let's not forget he won us the North London derby, he won us a game against Palace. You know, so he has got that in him. I'm not sure Leeds away really is the game for him, but if he can put in a performance,
it does feel like we're doing this
Wednesday.
though. Just feels like we're just going, because it feels like this, because you see Trossard could have a great game, score a load of goals, then we're like, we've got to start him.
Trossard has purple patches though, doesn't he? And then, I mean, he's not scored for the last, however many games it is now. He's
I think 11 Premier League games, something like that.
So it's becoming a bit of a circle of the attackers. Like, they could have a good game, we start them, then they have a bad game.
This is a game for attackers to go and get some goals and get confidence. Confidence is everything. Momentum and confidence.
So you want a big score? I need a big. You're saying it has to be a big scoreline, basically.
Yeah, listen, look, people will say it doesn't mean anything. It does. Trust me, it does. If you go and win 5 or 6-0, I don't care who it's against, it will breed a bit of confidence, and especially if the attackers that are letting us down at this moment in time. I've said it time and time again. At the end of the season, Cecil, Laurie, at the end of the season, if they all look around at each other in that dressing room and they lose the title by a point, 2 points, whatever it might be, they will be looking at the attackers. The defenders will be thinking, we've done our job. Raya will say, I've done our job. Declan Rice, Zubimendi, I know he was at fault yesterday, but he's been good this season. The midfielders, maybe not Odegaard, but the more attacking players will be the ones that let us down. So go and get some goals against Kairat, get some confidence going into that Leeds game.
He's absolutely right. The only thing I would say about that is that we said the same thing with the Portsmouth game. When we scored 4 against Portsmouth, then the next Premier League game,
well, he changes it.
He
changes it up. He changes it up. There's a Liam does fan cams. He says, I think we should keep sometimes the team we play when it's a weaker side, keep that team, because it's more fluent. And it's like it's different. Stuff they're not expected. It's something that they're playing for places. And I laughed at him because I remember after that Portsmouth game, he said start Noni instead of Saka. I said that's never happened. I laughed at him. But then listen, I'm not saying drop Saka. He was key in that. Well, not key. We didn't win, but
he was our best player.
Yeah, he was in the Man United game. But
in a team that didn't perform at all well.
But I think there's truth. I think there's truth to playing some of our rotated players if there's more fluency in there instead of going back to the team that we think is our best team. It's not performing. But
we're lucky that Leeds are playing tonight. They're playing Everton tonight. And I think we play Wednesday, so the rest is not. If they had played Saturday, they'd have a whole week. So the fact they're playing on Monday, I think, does help us out just a little bit. But I mean, that Leeds game it's not going to be easy, man.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not going to be easy.
It's true. We'll obviously break that down in the week.
Leeds are fighting for their lives, and
so who are you right now? To win the trophy.
You could say that. But they're at home, and that place can be a cauldron. There's no doubt about it.
Listen, we'll save the Leeds talk for the preview. Let me give you the information I know around Kairat, and then we can go to score predictions. So obviously they're top of the Kazakhstan league. I mean, I don't know what you want to take from that, but they're top of that. They're obviously only got 1 point in the Champions League so far. All their games it was a draw. I actually went back and watched the extended highlights of that game. It was against Paphos, Paphos got a red card in 4 minutes. So there were 10 men for the whole game. Still got a draw. Actually quite an entertaining game. A man I didn't even know played for Paphos, ex-Arsenal. David Luiz is playing there.
Wow.
And he's doing, and he seems like he's the main guy. He had some big. He actually should have scored many a times in that game. He seemed like the outlet, which is funny because he's obviously a centre back. But David Luiz is there. Their main player
not at Kairat though. He's at Paphos.
No, he's at Paphos. The main player for Karat is let me get this right. Satpayev. He's got 14 goals. He's their striker. 14 goals in all competitions.
Is he available?
Bro, I think he's only 17, so he's a young player. He's a young player, but he's their top goal scorer. Their second top goal scorer, funny enough, not the Jorginho that we had here, but Jorginho. He's got 10 goals. But I'll tell you all this. Should we be feared about those players? Of course not. Arsenal should be turned up and win this game. Like I said, they've only got 1 point in the Champions League. I've watched them against other teams. They've been absolutely dreadful. They're very open. They actually have scored goals in the Champions League games against teams, so they can score. But this is Arsenal at home, and
I think rest the whole defence. That's what I would do.
Right.
And I would play Saka. I would play Gyökeres. Because I think them two, we need them to get firing.
So not Havertz?
If Havertz is fit, 100% playing, but I don't think he's ready to start, is he?
And Jesus now you've just... Has he had his chance and it's...
Yeah, I think he's had his chance.
Wow.
I don't know.
Listen,
I would go with Martinelli on the left.
Yep.
I would play Martinelli. I think he deserves some time now.
Shocked he didn't come on? Is that?
Did he come on?
No.
No.
Who shot
Noni,
the ball?
come on.
Who shot the ball when Maguire saved it? He didn't come on, did he? Was that
come on.
the
handball.
Yeah, was that
Yeah,
Superman?
Mane did, come
I
on.
mean, yeah.
Unused sub.
I am very surprised.
He put someone out. He put Saka out of position.
Yeah, I am shocked that he didn't come on.
Yeah,
I remember
couldn't-
now. Yeah, after the game, I was shocked he didn't come on. And listen, because he's come on and got us goals. He got a goal against Manchester City here when we were chasing the game. So I am surprised he didn't come on. And look, if for whatever tactical reason, you know, Mikel's obviously decided not to bring him on.
But he's starting for this game. Deserves probably a full game as well.
Look, in the Champions League, he's our top goal scorer.
Yeah, correct.
He's been on fire in the Champions League. So I think he
Got the hat-trick against Portsmouth.
Yeah, he got a hat-trick against Portsmouth. This is a chance for these players to say, listen, I want to be, because right now, anyone in that forward line, no one deserves to be starting. There's no one where you go 100% Gyökeres should start, even Saka. And Noni, I thought Noni was terrible when he come on.
Was the hat-trick against Portsmouth or Chelsea? Sorry, my head went mad.
No, it's Portsmouth.
Portsmouth, sorry.
In the FA Cup.
Okay,
I thought he was terrible when he come on. Noni
Yeah.
It is unforgivable what he done coming on and putting the ball out of play.
Oh, when he ran it off.
Honestly, like that was terrible.
Is it just me that looked at that yesterday and then you contrast that with what we saw with Ethan Nwaneri coming on from Marseille?
That was a damning.
intrigued.
That was damning, bro.
You look at that and you're
Come on.
thinking, wow, should we have let him go?
I done said this. Your
I
brother said he needs a
can't
lot.
understand it.
I
can't
done said
understand
this.
it. Let him go on loan next season. We're fighting on all four fronts.
Big-
You know,
big up
Odegaard-
Ethan- big up Ethan, by
Big
the
up
way.
Ethan, of course. Odegaard's not performing. Eze's been okay, but lukewarm, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of them could get injured. I think Nwaneri, that was, I mean, it's a strange call to me to do that when you're fighting on all four fronts. It's not like we've just got the league.
He could have got minutes.
You
in
know,
his
he could have got
team.
minutes here and there. This would have been a game for him on Wednesday.
I'd go as far as to say, and I said it, and people shouted me
Yeah, I
down,
said
but
it as well.
one or two people now coming up to me saying, you know what, Laurie, you might have a point. I said, look, January transfer window,
Oh yeah, you said
I
that.
wouldn't be against us looking at there to see if there's somebody we can bring in as a forward player, be it a striker, winger, whatever, that can help boost the team at this time when we're not scoring goals.
I hear you. Listen,
That's what the January transfer window is for,
I hear
right?
you. I think.
Instead of that, we let one of our most promising players go.
Other big clubs do that. I'm not saying Arsenal not a big club, but City, if something's not working, let's Donnarumma, for instance, and their goalkeeper. Trafford was in goal within a couple of weeks. As soon as Donnarumma became available, they upgraded their goalkeeper. Can Arsenal do that? They will never do that because they went so big in the summer. But I get that point. Give me your score prediction. We're going to talk about Kairat this Wednesday, Arsenal Champions League. Score prediction, boys. Let's close this off.
I'll go with 4-0 to the Arsenal.
Fair?
Yeah, I'm kind of with that. I was going to say 3-0 as a conservative. I'd be surprised if we didn't score 3 goals. And I can't see them scoring. So it should be a routine win. But like Dan said, and I do agree with him, you've got to think about we cannot look at this game in isolation. You're definitely looking forward to the Leeds game. So
100%.
do you rotate heavily, or do, like Dan says, include a couple of key players in there with the idea of giving them some minutes, giving them some goals, giving them some confidence ahead of what is going to be a very difficult period ahead.
Interesting. I don't know what Arteta's going to do, but he's gone strong in every game, majority of the times, where it's the cups, FA Cup, the League Cup, or the Champions League. Obviously, the record there is there and waiting. You win.
He made 9 changes or 10 changes there for Portsmouth.
He did, but again, that's true.
Still,
very strong squad. It's because this team's so strong, you forget there's so many changes there. But the record is still there and waiting. You win all 8 games in the Champions League, you set a new record. In the new format, you're the first to do that.
I'm sure they'll win.
So yeah, he'll. I think he'll have that in mind. I'm going to go 5-1.
You're giving them 1?
Yeah.
Right.
The striker, yeah?
I just think, if we make so many changes at the back line, which we've all said we should rest the back line, I think there should be rest. I think that amount of changes can open up an opportunity that they might get.
How do you think Nketiah did, by the way?
No, I thought he was bad.
He was off it, wasn't he?
He was off it. I'm not 100% convinced with him.
Yeah.
What's going on with Calafiori? I mean, I thought the whole team was back.
I thought everyone was back. I heard everyone was fit, but
I do think we miss him though, Calafiori.
Again, that's just...
I like Nketiah, and I think the reason why he played yesterday was because of the pace that he has, but he didn't assert himself yesterday. It wasn't a good game for him.
Well, that's it. That's it from us. That's our score predictions. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How are you feeling after yesterday's performance in the Premier League? And then finally, like I mentioned, I asked these guys, what would you do today if you was the coach? What would you be telling the players? What would the players be doing? Are they off? Are they in? Are they running? Are they reviewing? I'm very intrigued to know the answer to that. Let me know in the comments below. Like the video on your way out. Hype this video. And I'll see you again soon. Come on, you Gunners.